Yes, sir. Manifestors episode number 4 in the building. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
What's going on? What's popping?
Hey, this your boy Tay.
It's your boy Duff.
And I'm Elijah.
So we got a very special, very, very special guest here today. Our one and only trainer.
Yes.
I know if y'all tapped in, if y'all actually see us and pay attention, y'all know that on Thursdays we go to Jabs Gym in Birmingham.
Yes, sir.
This the official man himself in the building. Shoot, Eli, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yes, sir. So like I said, my name is Elijah Smith. I'm a trainer at Jabs Gym. I personalize in boxing training. Like I said before, my main focus, man, is mentality, man, to try to get people out of their like norm, as far as when it comes down to their mentality and get them more so into uncomfortable state.
Right.
Because when we're in that uncomfortable state, that's how change happens.
Yeah.
And that's how you kind of like get to the point to where you kind of like more, better know yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And how to move and how to transition in the world. Because, of course, life is always hard. You know what I mean? Every day is something new. But you try to get people to embrace them things, embrace the hardships, and use that as a learning lesson to get the win and the victory.
Right.
In life.
Yeah, because for me, I truly feel like boxing is life.
Yeah.
You can learn so much about life from learning boxing.
Exactly.
Like, obviously, Creed made me want to go in to learn how to box. But, like, the mindset that I had coming in there is like, all right, I got all this anger. I'm about to just use my anger in boxing. But after learning, after years, I realized that you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Definitely not angry, yeah.
You have to be strategic. You can't let your anger show.
And then one thing I learned, too, this is actually from a guy named Jason Wilson. He's a...
Oh, yep.
Y'all heard of him? So I remember one time I was talking to him, and he told me that it's not about being aggressive, but it's about being assertive. Not trying to just let the aggression out and be all wild, because when you do that and you use all aggression, you kind of put yourself in the state to where you end up making a mistake.
Yeah. Compared
to if you're being assertive with what you're doing, then you're going directly to that problem and you're getting it out the way, and then that's that. So that's the same thing with boxing. Boxing, you can't be aggressive, because if you be aggressive, then you'll over pursue and put yourself in a position to where you get hit. Right. And then at that point, you're not playing the game of getting hit, of hitting and not getting hit.
Yeah.
But if you're being assertive with what you're doing, then you'll figure out a strategic way to be able to hit your opponent, and then at the same time put yourself in a position to not get hit, to where you're not taking unnecessary blows.
Right.
You might take a chance here and there, but you don't want to take unnecessary blows that's going to kind of like prolong your process of getting to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing that I learned that from Jason, that kind of like helped me understand, like, okay, let me stop saying I needed to channel my aggression, because that's the same reason I got into boxing, is because my pops passed. So like I needed something to channel my anger. And I thought for me it was boxing. That was my way of channeling my anger. But when I got into it, I started to learn so many things about myself. Like, for example, at one point I was boxing and I just started taking shots. But I practiced a lot of things over and over with my coach and everything. He would tell me, like, Eli, make the move, like, get out the way, move around, you know what I mean? But I was just sit there and take the shots. But that was the same thing I was doing in life. I was just sitting there taking shots when I knew I had the resources, from the grace of God, you know what I mean? And just, me being who I am and showing my light. I had the resources, I had the people around me, but I was more so focused on what I didn't have at that moment, or what I felt like I didn't have at that moment physically.
Yeah.
So it just made me sit there and take shots how I did in the ring, and as well in life. Just sit there and just say, like, this is what it is.
Shoot, no.
But when I know I can make the change.
No, definitely understood. So, like, I mean, speaking about taking shots and, like, having the opportunity and everything, like, what advice would you give to people that's thinking about making, like, that jump, or, like, anything as far as starting a new business or starting some new venture? What advice would you give them as far as just taking that leap of faith?
Man, honestly, I'm still through the process of, like, taking leaps of faith and stuff like that. So the main advice I probably would give anybody is just do it. Like Nike, man, just do it. Just, take that first step. If you feel it, then that means that you probably should at least try.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it and if it don't work, then
At least you tried.
Yeah, at least you tried.
Yeah, it's a learning lesson.
Yeah, I feel like the worst thing is to have that regret, like, later in life feeling like, oh, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that.
Yeah.
Experience it, learn from the experience to figure out how it works for your life. To where you're not compromising who you are as a person and you're still able to reach the destination and the goals that you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
Shoot, how about you, Div?
I mean, for me, other than like this whole Manifestors brand that I'm creating, I still kind of face some setbacks mentally, especially when I know like I have an idea, I want to do this, but yet I always get stuck in my head at some point, being like, damn, like, is this a good idea? Can I really do this? But now in the phase of life I'm at right now, yeah, I'll still tell myself that mentally, but in probably like the same day, I'll be like, man, fuck all that bullshit. You got this idea, it's a good idea, just do it.
Yeah.
If it fails, it fails.
All right.
But like years ago, I've been sitting on ideas and wouldn't pursue them. And then years later, I'll see like scrolling on Instagram, somebody else got your idea.
Similar, yep.
So now I'm just like, once I get an idea, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, the graveyard. It said that the graveyard is the richest place because that's where all the dreams and aspirations, everything gets buried at. Because you can't take it when you leave.
Yeah, and they got all them regrets.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to live a life full of regrets.
Nah.
Yeah. And then one thing that I've been noticing, man, I had to change like the way I speak. You know what I mean? Like as far as, how they say that we live in this Western world and there's so much, programming that they do to us. So as far as like spelling is like a spell.
Yeah.
So like if you don't know how to articulate your words or put your words together, then you kind of like putting a spell on your life in a sense, or a curse. Get a little closer.
Yeah.
Putting like almost like a spell on your life or a curse in a sense. So, like when you said, Devin, you was like, just do it. If I fail, I fail. And it's like, it's just do it. But if it don't work in the sense of how I want it to work, what can I learn to make it work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not just if it fails, it fails. Okay. If it don't go in the sense of what I look at as a success and a failure, like, how can I change my mindset to look at that as not as a failure, but as something that I can learn because I tried this and now I can make adjustments to improve.
Like with that, I feel like being specific with like a goal, right? So say like Deontay, you want like, your Ram truck.
Yeah.
But you want it in a certain color.
Yep.
Certain package, right? Certain wheels, certain features. But you get so stuck on like the specifics that you probably will end up blocking other blessings that might come your way, focusing on the specifics of one.
Man, that's fact. We do that a lot of times in relationships too, honestly.
Yeah. Most.
We'll look at a person, or even when we date more so, like we'll ideally want this person, and it's like if they don't come in this shape package, like this exact thing, it's like you're not willing to give that person a chance. But at the same time, everything in life isn't perfect. It's not going to be set up the exact way you want something. But at the same time, you might be able to learn something from that person, or they might be able to teach you.
Right.
And everything happens for a reason. That's the way I see it. Like everything, no matter in life, it's going to happen for a reason. The bad, the good, the ugly, the sad, all that stuff. It's all meant to be. But yeah, no. What was you about to say though, Eli?
What Devin said, that like, whatever I can't remember what you said. What was it again?
Oh, we get stuck on specifics?
Yeah, like getting stuck on that, like, I hate saying that word.
Specific.
I swear to God, I hate saying that word. But yeah, like getting stuck on things like that, like to where like you're not having your mind open to the possibilities
of other things. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that we're always constantly growing, our moves are always constantly changing. So you might have this idea then, but then the idea might turn into something greater. Might later down the line. So we can't be so focused on our exact plan all the time. We just got to go with the flow of what's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Be able to make adjustments as far as what we see, where we see our higher self, or the higher frequency of ourselves.
Yep.
And I realize one of my flaws that I have is I overplan. Like I'll try to sit here, come up with a plan for something X, Y, and Z. I'll sit here for 3 hours, and I don't follow that plan. I don't execute.
Like you literally saying, like you'll write it down and everything?
I'll write it down, everything, manifest it, and boom, it still don't happen. So what I'm realizing is just fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
Like start it and then come up with a plan later.
You know how you sit at the crib and you about to post something on Instagram and then like you sit there and you kind of like contemplate with like what you gonna say.
Yeah.
Before you post and you keep on deleting
Sitting
it.
on it.
You know what I mean? But I had a post that I was about to post today, and the first thing I put on there is that, you know, like how bad you want something is not about what you say. Mm-hmm. It's not about saying like I want this shit bad, but what are you doing as far as your actions to show that you want it that bad?
Yeah, like you truly got to manifest.
Yeah, like and exactly, and manifest it through action.
Yeah,
you know, not just words. You know, because that's like the greatest ability that we have. Like
faith without works is dead.
Yeah, like we can act on things in this world. We not.
Bro, you know, it took me years to truly understand that shit.
What, faith without works is dead?
Bro,
man, it's really like it applies in
lie.
life with everything you do. Like whether you want to take a leap of faith and shoot that shot towards somebody, or you want to take a leap of faith and start this hopefully $1 million business. But like it all takes action. To your point, Eli. Like I mean, what kind of advice would y'all get to somebody though? Is based off of what you guys have already seen in your trials and tribulations. Like I know you guys have seen some issues, some problems, whether it's like relationships wise, as far as people, or something within yourself internally. Like what kind of advice would you give to somebody as far as just things that you've seen firsthand?
For me, nobody's going to believe in your idea better or more than you. Like I have like certain visions for where I want to take Manifestors as a brand. You know, like the apparel side of it, the podcast side of it, to even like the whole media empire I want to create using the Manifestors brand.
Yeah.
Nobody will share that same vision as me. And nobody will also put in the same amount of blood, sweat, and tears as me.
Yeah.
So just have to realize that nobody's going to promote your business better than you.
That's facts.
So, yeah.
And I would just piggyback off of what Devin said, as far as, you know, nobody, there is nobody that's inside your head but you.
Yeah.
So only you know what's best for you.
Yeah.
But you gotta like be able to treat everybody else too how you treat yourself, you know, and that's a big thing is when it comes down to self-love and be able to fully respect yourself all the way down to your organs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I still drink, and I know that it's probably not best for me to always drink, because is that like good for my well-being?
Yeah.
You know, I think about it physically, like on the outside that it's good for my well-being, but is it truly good for my well-being? Like when you really think about the care, you know, for yourself.
It depends on the outcome you want.
You know what I mean? And so, because you want that outcome, you want to do,
bro.
That
Casamigos got me last night.
Casamigos night.
Let me remember where I was going with that, but be able to like know what you want, and like Devin said, like go after that, because nobody know you better than you know yourself. But be able to treat yourself with self-love too, so that you're able to treat others in that same sense, because you're gonna respect others like you respect yourself. So then you're opening your mind to other perspectives, because you know you got your own perspective.
That's fact.
And you know the other person got their own perspective, but you know that you can be open minded to trying to understand the perspective the best way you can, because that might help you. You know what I mean, or it might help you progress. You know what I mean, but you still got to be able to balance, you know, being in your head and not being in your head.
Yeah.
Right? So
Definitely.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, like even with like just starting out, like the whole personal training thing, it's like every time I talk to myself about it, I'm like, no, like you got to do this, you got to do that first, and it's all these excuses, and it's like, well, why not? Like, I'm learning so much about myself now, just working with people and just talking to them and getting to understand like how to really tell somebody what to do and like coordinate it and align it with schedules, and just like it really makes me value time, because like time is one thing I'm not gonna get back, but at the same time, like I'm waking up at 4 a.m. now, and beforehand I would say I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna do it, and I'm just not doing it. Like I'm inconsistent with it. but it's like it's forcing me because I'm like I have a person relying on me now. So like I don't know. It's really just consistency, doing it, and just scheduling. Like it's really I don't know. It all falls into place though.
Man, honestly, bro, to tell the truth, bro, I would have never thought that like, you know, like I always had in my head like, okay, I want to do a podcast, do this and that, but I got so focused on the thought and wanting to do it that I didn't just take action and do it.
Yeah.
You know, like for today, like I wouldn't have thought that we would be here today doing this podcast and I'd be in it. I know we talked about it at the gym, and I know we said like, oh, let's link up Sunday, let's book it. But then it's really just continue to follow through what you say you're gonna do and really do it, and then make it happen, and then just see where it takes you. You know, as far as like now we sitting down right here having a real ass conversation,
man.
You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't sit here and make a script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, right when we sat down, you told me the topic of what we talking about. You know what I mean? So like, this is off the top of the dome. So that's how you know it's genuine, it's real, and it's like. When I kind of like take myself to that Heinz view, like it's like I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yep.
Because I'm taking steps and I'm doing things that I said I want to do.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me trying to plan this out and like saying I'm gonna do this. It's us talking, me booking it, and y'all just coming.
Literally, that's
you know what I mean? Like, and that shit that's
getting
like,
past that overthinking part, that fear part.
Yeah.
Like for a minute, that's why I'm always behind the camera. I was kind of like fearful of what people would say about me, my appearance, and all that shit. But now I'm actually stepping in front of the camera more and more and actually getting comfortable. Now it's getting to the point where I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Hey, it is what it is.
Your mama like
you tapping in.
You might not like it, but your mama like it.
Hey, that's facts.
I seen an Instagram video that was like, man, when you record yourself and it don't sound right, and the dude record him, so they're like, yeah, what up, dog? You know what I mean? This your man's, and they recorded back, and his voice was real squeaky. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's how I be feeling like.
Yeah.
I be feeling like, damn, I don't know if I, you know, like, just how it's gonna come off. I feel like I sound crazy when I'm talking. You know what I mean? Like, or when I put myself in front of a camera. But I remember talking to my mom one time, and she said, Eli, you never know who you gonna touch. You know what I mean? You just got to put it out there and let it get to the people because it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let it touch who it touch. Let people who's going to talk.
Yeah.
And you keep moving forward with whatever plan that you have. There's so many people in this goddamn world. So if I can reach one person, I'm okay.
Bro,
one person a day.
You know what I mean? And you never know who that one person might know, and then they might take yours, you know, whatever you saying and help somebody else.
That's why you got to show respect for everybody, whether they're the janitor, it don't matter who it is in life, bro. Like, life is about networking for real.
Yeah, it don't matter who it is or what it is, you know, because you got to respect the fact that everything around us is life.
That's fact.
This ground, this couch, you know, because somebody made this. That idea had to come from the mind of a man. We built up of stuff of the earth.
Yeah.
So it's all, you know, it's all one.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So we got to respect everything around us. And I think the better we get at that, the more in tune we get with life of how to maneuver in this game.
I feel like social media really messed us up. This whole instant gratification culture that we're in. That if I'm not making X, Y, Z at this age, right, I'm nothing in society. If I'm not pushing this kind of whip, I'm nothing.
Yep.
If I don't have this title at this job by this time, I failed.
And that shit is a force.
But what I truly realize is that God has a time for you. You feel me?
It's all going to fall into place.
It's all going to fall in place. When you're ready for that, it's going to happen. Like, so what I started thinking about was I have to become a certain type of man to get these blessings. So what type of man is that? And I actually started being that type of man. For like, you know, my girl type shit. What type of girl do I want? All right, what type of man does that girl want?
Yeah.
I started to become that man. So that was just my mindset of things. So how you feel about that, Tay?
No, I definitely agree because it's just like I don't know. That's why I always wear manifestors because like you gotta. I think about it and just like how Eli was saying, a man makes everything and like everything around us is something like me representing your brand is because like I really rock with you. At the same time, we wear Nike all the time. We wear all these other brands, but we don't know that CEO personally. Like I know the man that made this shirt, bro. Like I know the man. I'm sitting on the couch with the man that made this boy. I'm sitting on the couch with the man that be having patience with me in the gym on Thursdays. Like I'm really sitting here with people that like are a part of my life.
He take it easy on you, bro.
No, hey, I'm cool. Hey,
pissing me off.
Hey, I value that patience.
Like, hit this nigga, man.
Like, no. But no, it's like you really gotta, when you move through life, bro, with whatever you do, just remember the people aspect. Because nobody is self-made, bro. You need people in everything that you do. But at the same time, like if you want something to take off, you got to be your biggest supporter. At the same time, I know you're gonna be your biggest critic, but you still also need to be your biggest supporter. Like you need to push content, you need to be consistent and stuff. You need to constantly like wake up every day, eat, breathe, live shit. Like you need to do it all around whatever that idea is or whatever that is. Right? Because like, hey, it could be everybody in the world to say no, but it take one person to say yes. Yep. That's all you need. That's all you need is that one opportunity. So it's like, why not? F it.
And it's like also, having accountability partners is very important.
Man, that junk's so important.
Like, honestly, like, I don't know how far I would be without y'all.
Man.
Especially, like, my creative side of things, right?
Yeah.
So, having that accountability partner is important. So, if you don't have one, I encourage you to find one. But if it's hard to find one, you can always hit one of us up. You know, our social media handles will be in the link below. But hit us up if you don't have an accountability partner and you need one. So.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty trash at responding to text messages sometimes.
You are.
But hey, if you need me to be consistent on something for you, I got you.
Just let me know. Just call me and let me know.
Yeah, call me. I need your name to pop up on my phone. Like, all right, I got a second for you.
If you need somebody that's consistent, I'm your guy.
Yeah, get there. If you need somebody with running or something, I got you. If you need something like that, I'll tag you. But no.
But if you need somebody to baby you, don't hit me up.
That's probably me.
Yeah, go to Deontay. I'm not gonna baby you.
He gonna tax you though.
I'll make you cry.
If you're gonna be a baby, that's tax.
No, for real.
That's extra time and stress to the mind. Cause you just can't do what he say. Think it's too hard.
Shoot.
Do that shit, man.
Just get to it.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like since we coming to the end, pretty close to it, I just got one more question for y'all. So like it's a quote by Benjamin Franklin. It says, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Mm-hmm. So how are you guys typically expanding your knowledge? Because I know y'all some bright individuals. Y'all like think beyond, like y'all on a higher level, higher mentality. But like, how do y'all work on expanding y'all knowledge, like on a daily basis? Or like, what do you do weekly, bi-weekly? Do you read podcasts, anything that you got to recommend?
I'll go first. For me, I kind of live by the quote, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. I kind of live by that. So every day I watch some podcasts.
Yep.
Right now, my selection of podcasts is small. Whether it's Nice and Neat podcast, mainly the Bedros Koulian podcast show.
Yes, sir.
But I'm starting to listen to more audiobooks. Right now I'm listening to Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules of Life. And I also still read a book a month. So, and also I can't forget Earn Your Leisure podcast.
Oh, yep. And you be tapping into Market Mondays.
All the podcasts that come out from them. Yeah, that's it for me.
Shoot. How about you, Eli?
Give me the question one more time.
So, like, what do you do specifically as far as expanding your knowledge on a daily basis or weekly? Like, what do you, beyond, like, what you do on a consistent basis, how do you expand your knowledge? Like, whether you read, whether you, even if you meditate, like, any recommendations you got or anything, like, as far as just advice you give to somebody as far as what you do for expanding your knowledge?
Man, honestly, man, to be honest, I sit still and do nothing. And just think. And just let my thoughts flow. I guess if that's meditation, I guess I meditate.
Yeah.
But whether I'm in the shower, whether I'm just sitting, I try to take a minute to not do anything, to kind of like just stop.
Yeah.
And stop thinking that I always got to go. You know what I mean? That's the main thing with me, because I seen a guy. I don't know if y'all know the Wall Street Trapper.
Yeah.
He said that when he went to prison, that made him sit still and he didn't have to continue to run and like think that, like I gotta get out here and go get it. Like especially as a black man, prison made him do that. But in my head, I'm like, dang, like, I'm in prison and I'm outside.
Yeah.
So, like, I got to realize that in this prison outside of being behind bars, I have to understand that even out here, I can stop and do nothing for 30 minutes, for an hour of sitting with myself or reading a book, you know what I mean, looking at a podcast, something that's going to kind of like take my mind to that level of my higher self.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not perfect at it because I barely read books at this point right now, so
Hey.
I'll be real with you.
Don't lie.
If I read a book, it might be a sentence of what I need, and then that's that. You know what I mean?
I ain't even go front, dude. No, I start a book. He like, hey, bro, how that book coming?
Shit.
Bro, I gave you a book last year. I still ain't get that bitch back.
Like, let's see what happened. Which book was that one?
No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't finish it.
No, I did read that one. I finished that one. But no, man. But as far as advice, bro, like, or what I do on a daily basis as far as like knowledge and expanding. So in the morning, I always read a devotional because like I feel like that starts my day out right. Yeah. And also like I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. So I write down like it's around people, God, and situations. So like whether it's a random name, I just write that name down that I'm grateful for as far as the person. Whether it's a situation that like God took me out of and I knew I shouldn't have made it out of, like I'll touch on that. And then also just being grateful for God and like his patience and just time and just being able to wake up in the morning and have all 10 fingers, all 10 toes type thing. And just like the small things. Because like I'm waking up, bro, I got hot water, I got lights. We go through life and we constantly moving, going back and forth. And we don't take time to realize like, be grateful for the situation you in. Because somebody will literally kill over what you got. Like, literally would kill.
I mean, you got to use that as motivation.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, not to get comfortable.
Yeah, because a lot of times we get cocky and we get comfortable in what we doing. And we forget to, like, take time just to sit up on it and be grateful for where we've come from. Because we have come far, bro.
Like, you get comfortable, somebody's going to take your job.
Hey, that's facts.
You get comfortable, somebody's going to take your house. You get comfortable, somebody's going to take your girl.
Ah, that last one.
I
knew that last one was coming. I knew that last one.
I wanted to say the last one first, but I was like,
you gotta
I can build up to it.
Yeah, you got to save up for that one.
But no, like,
because this is going to be a dude out here like, hey, you look good, girl. He telling you that still?
He still ain't taking you out?
Right. He done got comfortable.
Now you at the point where you just got to drown in the shower. How you drown in the shower, I don't know, but you at that point.
Hey, bro. But shoot. But that's really all I got for real. I was just trying to tap on that entrepreneur mindset advice as far as like knowledge y'all use or what y'all doing to expand y'all current knowledge. And I mean, really, like, if y'all got any last minute quotes, anything that you just, any advice you give for a person that's about to tap into this episode, what would you tell them?
For me, it's a quote from Big Sean. I forgot the song name, but he did a song with Janae Aiko and said, "The past is history, the future is a mystery, and the present is a gift." That's why they call it the present. So truly understand that worrying about the past is not going to do you no good. Worrying about the future is not going to do you no good. It's all about what you do in the present.
That's facts.
So that's my last quote to y'all.
That's good.
How about you, Eli?
Hey, I don't got nothing. He just said he just took the words right out of my mouth. You know what I mean?
That
was a good one. You know, like he said, go do it. If you think it, then I mean that you probably should do it or at least try.
Yeah. Shoot, for me, it's, I told y'all earlier, but faith without works is dead, bro. Like, it really is. So, whatever you got on your mind, whatever you thinking about right now, just do it. Just like Nike.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's episode number 4 of Manifestors Podcast. Definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. This your boy, Tay.
This your boy, Dev.
And this is your boy, Eli.
Yes, sir. We out.
Yes, sir.